All right, what's up, guys? So, I just finished up the stream, and the first half of the stream, well, it was pretty much the majority of the stream. Like, I ended it off playing Forza Horizon 3. And I don't know, maybe by the time this video gets uploaded, you might be able to find that stream. But, anyways, but yeah, overall, I had a little bit of an experience with EVE Online. And the thing is this. I get that this is different than most video games, but at the same time, if I spend well over $1,600 on my gaming PC, I add these upgrades, I download this game, I create a character, I sit down and take the time to play the game, fam, it should not be a situation where I'm feeling more stress than overall excitement and joy and overall just having fun when playing the game. Like, yeah, call me a complainer, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, I'm playing this game, right? And so they have it where I go out and I need to do this mission. But I have, like, I think it was a civilian scavenger thing equipped to my spaceship. So I had to, like, fly all the way back to the space station, equip it. Then when I went to go fly back to the area, my character just kept doing circles, just flying around in circles. And I'm sitting down thinking to myself, it wasn't a process when flying to the location. Why is it all of a sudden a process now that I have this like civilian scavenger thing? So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, I don't play games to have a stressful experience. I play games to have fun. So I don't know why it has to be a situation where I download a game, or just even if I'm like naming off any other games real quick, like Forza, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and I'm saying Fortnite got a gang of content, but I'm just saying, like, even if it is new games out there where I'm like playing it for the first time, like just looking at one right now, Garden Simulator, I guess if people want to count that. But let me think of some other games out there that I've recently played. But yeah, it's like I'm just, when I play a video game, I don't play a video game to have a stressful experience. But yeah, it's like with EVE Online, it just seems like that's the main reason on why I uninstall the game, is not to like free up space on my computer, like, oh, I haven't played this game in a while, so I'm just gonna uninstall it. Every time I play this game, it's always a stressful experience. So that's why I'm like, bro, it just feels like that when you're playing this game. Like, am I playing it to have fun, or am I playing it to learn something? Because I just know people are, they gonna jump to that and they're gonna be like, oh, sounds like a skill issue. And I'm like, fam, do you think when they very first put this game out, what other games before EVE Online? I think what, maybe the X series, but were those games popular? No, they wasn't. So my thing is this. You know that there are going to be people playing your guys' game for the first time. I appreciate the tutorial, but at the same time, it's like outside of the tutorial, gameplay itself, it shouldn't be no like, oh, I gotta wait for an update for whatever it is. This game's been out for 20 something years now. I think they say this game came out in 2003, and I'm trying to think. I don't even remember. I didn't even know space games had existed. I'm trying to think. What space game came out during that time frame of 2003 that was popular? Because I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think there was no other space games from 2003. Freelancer, so they mentioned EVE Online, Flat Space, Galactic Civilization, Space Colony, X2 The Threat, Star Wars Night. So yeah, when you're looking at games like space games, you seeing games like Star Wars. That's probably the only games from 2003, just from that time frame, where it was like, but it wasn't really focused on space like how EVE Online is. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you know that there ain't a whole lot of games like that exist. So my thing is this: rather than having it where, even if it's not this over the top challenging experience with the game, but just still, why is it a situation where if like, if you say that I gotta go to this area to do this mission, or I have to have this equipped, why is that stuff like, because that was the whole reason why I had even went out in that area in the first place, and didn't even realize that I had this thing equipped. So yeah, overall I'm playing the game, and then it's like the thing wasn't equipped, so I'm having to jump all the way back. But it's like, why is it a problem if I just go and want to fly back to the same area that I was just at? You would think they'd be like, okay, last known locations that you went to, or it's like, this is where this mission is taking place at, so just fly, just autopilot there. Wasn't doing that. Autopilot, or even if it was just me myself controlling the spaceship, nothing had worked. So it leads me to believe that I'm like, okay, this is something on the developer's part. Because if I could play Forza and they tell you, okay, go from this checkpoint to the next checkpoint to the next checkpoint, and then eventually you're gonna finish the race. Call of Duty, kill this guy, run to this area, get into this plane, fly that plane, land it, get in this car, drive and kill this guy, and do all this. Same with Battlefield or any other game out there. I'm trying to think. Even with Elite Dangerous, they don't have it set up on some stuff where I have to say probably going into the planet is a little bit weird. But other than that, when they say that you need to go to this area, there ain't no like process behind it. There ain't no problems behind it and stuff. But I'm like, man, it just really leads me to think that I'm like, when developers be coming out with video games, I'm like, are you guys trying to make this in the likings or make this game in the likings of somebody that thinks along the lines like you, or are you trying to make this for a gamer? Because I don't think nobody spends $1,000, $2,000 just to face difficulties and problems when playing your guys' game. So that's why I'm like, man, it's stuff like that where I'm like, are you guys, when you're doing like work on this game, like talking to the developers, are you guys listening to the fanboys, or are you listening to the people that are actually taking the time to invest time into your guys' video game? Because I'm saying, I'm like, I might not be the biggest EVE Online fan, but I'm like, fam, I would have to say out of my friend group, I'm the only one that's playing it. And I have to say just about everybody that I know, from friends to family to people that I met through content creating, I haven't seen them play no EVE Online. I have to say, like, yes, out of like everybody that knows me, I'm probably the only one that has played EVE Online. So that's why I'm like, bro, you have to understand and you have to know that there are going to be people playing your guys' game for the first time. But that's one thing that I did. I managed to figure out how the game was played. But there are issues with your guys' game that you gotta fix. And I'm saying it's from, having it where people are playing your guys' game. Because I'm saying there's so many other issues from playing your game, having to worry about somebody hunting me down and killing me. So that's what I'm saying. Have it where there's a PvE mode. Have it where it's a little bit easier to travel back and forth to places. Have it where if a mission, my thing is this. If you say that this is an easy mission or this is a mission that I can complete, let me know that I can complete that mission and I'm not just pretty much flying into a suicide mission and I just end up getting killed. I'm saying it's just stuff like that where I'm like, bro, I get that your guys' game is free. And I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, if I paid money for this game, I'm like, I think I would have been a little bit more aggravated and upset and stuff. I'm like, nah, it's one of those things. I'm like, forget making a video. I'm calling somebody. I'm like, I want my money back. I don't care how much money or how much time I didn't play this game. I'm like, I want my money back. Because to me, I'm like, that just doesn't. I feel like even though I did download the game for free, I still feel like I should need to get something in return. But man, I'm like, people do these things with video games where it's like, you're going in a direction where it's like, bruh, nobody asked for that. Not one single person asked for, oh, let's have it where it's like, it's all mysterious and hard to figure out how to travel from one place to another, or even if it is, it's just like sitting down, just playing the game. I'm like, bro, it's something where I'm like, man, you guys make it extremely difficult to be a fan of your guys' video game. And I know there's going to be people out there all like, well, then don't play it. Yeah, you ain't got to tell me twice. I uninstalled the game. I have no desires on playing it no time soon. Because I'm like, if my thing is this, there's all these other games out there that exist where when they let you know, when it comes down to just going to a location, I even remember X4 Foundation was like that, wanting to be all mysterious about going to a location. And I'm like, bro, last I checked, I played a lot of different video games. I never struggled when it came down to going to a location. So if I'm playing a game, and even just talking on like other space games, like I don't think I've never had that issue with Star Citizen when it came down to going to a location. Same with Elite Dangerous. I'm trying to think of some other space games out there and stuff. But I mean, Destiny, I guess if you want to count that, but I mean, you don't even really fly the spaceship, although I would like to have it where it's like you're able to fly a spaceship. But even if we're saying like racing games like Forza, I'm trying to think of some other open world games, open world racing games, The Crew, fuel. But I think the only reason why I had an issue with that game when it came down to going from place to place is because it's an old game. They probably haven't released the update for that game in years. But I'm like, overall though, they at least allow it to where it's like, okay, you complete these races, complete these challenges. You ain't even gotta like drive from wherever your location is at to this location. Just fast travel out there. So even if it's on some stuff like that where I could just fast travel to the area that if I was already there, I should just be able to fast travel to that area. But it's like, man, it's just certain things that people do with their video games, and I'm like, I know you guys ain't made this for the general public. I know you didn't, because I'm like, it shouldn't be a process on just trying to figure out, not even so much as figuring out how to play your game, but figuring out what's wrong with your guys' game. That's the part that I'm trying to understand. Like, what's wrong with me just being able to complete this mission? It's almost as if the game, they're all like, no, let's just have it where they just drag out as much time as they possibly can, and the person can't even complete the mission. Stuff like that where I'm all like, bro, you ain't gonna see me playing the game no time soon. I'm saying it's like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, even the one game where they had, it's supposed to be in the likings of EVE Online, Astrox Imperium, you know, and yeah, I faced my issues with that game, having it where I gotta wait 200 and something seconds to talk to a person in that game. I'm like, hey, whoever the developer is, you need to trim that down to where it's like 5 seconds or something. But I never once struggled when it came down to going to a location or going to complete a mission. So I'm saying, I'm like, your guys' game, it's like, for a game that's 20-something years old, shouldn't be having no issues like that. You thinking of other games like Grand Theft Auto, Saints Row, like these open world games where it's like, okay, this is the mission. Go to this area and kill this guy. It shouldn't be no, like, now my thing is this. Imagine if EVE Online was the developers behind Grand Theft Auto. That game, people would still be trying to beat the first Grand Theft Auto game. So that's why I'm like, man, a game shouldn't be difficult to that extent. To where it's like I know what to do, but it's like the game's not doing it. That just don't make no sense to me. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.